Hello, my name is Andrew Thake from Minds and Money. Delighted to be joined today by Lawrence Roulston. Delighted to have you with us today, Lawrence.
Oh, great to be here, Andrew.
Lawrence, the Minds and Money community typically know you as an analyst and a newsletter writer. Welcome as a company representative, but whatever possessed you to sort of move from being a newsletter writer to being a mining company executive?
Well, Andrew, first of all, involvement with Minds and Money goes back 20 years now. So it's been a real honor and a pleasure to be associated with such a great organization for all that time. And, before I started the newsletter, my background is geology. I was running exploration companies before I did the newsletter. And then after the newsletter, I was recruited by a Texas oil family and set up and deployed some of their money into the mining industry. And now I'm back to what I love doing, which is the treasure hunt. And I've never been more excited than I am with this company and this project.
Mm. And what specifically attracted you to MTB?
Well, when I got back into the exploration business, I looked around, and the first thing I realized is that the best place in the world to look for new mineral deposits right now is the Golden Triangle of British Columbia. While I was doing the newsletter and other parts of my 40-year career, I've been all over the world looking at holes in the ground, mines, exploration projects. And there's nowhere in the world that has such an incredible concentration of mineral wealth as the Golden Triangle. So MTB already had a stake in the Golden Triangle. I took control of the company, put together a first-rate geological team, and we set off to secure as much ground as we could. We could see what was happening in this region. And as we were assembling that ground, the majors have moved in a big, big way. Over the last 3 years, the investment by the major mining companies in this region has totaled $5 billion. So
Wow.
it's absolutely emerging as a globally important mining region.
Mm-hmm. And I think that one thing we should add to that is that British Columbia have been so tremendously helpful in encouraging with investment, and also the infrastructure there is absolutely fabulous.
Oh, absolutely. Look, there's 2 mines operating in the Golden Triangle now. There's a third that'll be operating within a few months. We've got roads all through the area, and there's a deep water port, and we have cheap electric power. We're tied into the provincial grid, which is all hydropower based. It's cheap power right through the region. So from an infrastructure perspective, it's first rate. The government is supportive. The First Nations are supportive. And the other thing that's really important is that there's an incredible database. There's been a lot of work done in this region, and the provincial government has a superb system of capturing all the results of that exploration and making it available as a starting point for companies like us that come in looking for the next discovery.
So you've got 700 square kilometers of mineral rights spanning 6 projects in an area that's tough and expensive. It sounds like you have a tiger by the tail, but how can one junior deal with so much land and so many projects?
And that's a good question, Andrew. And look, my background way back is prospect generation and joint ventures, and that's exactly what we're doing here. 5 of our projects are either in joint ventures or in the process of bringing in a joint venture partner. So we're counting on other people's money and the help of others for the expertise to develop 5 of the projects. One of our projects, the flagship Telegraph, copper gold prospect, big project, expensive, absolutely. We're following a clear path. We're following the path of a company called GT Gold that had a project very close to where the Telegraph project is located, exactly the same geology. And over a period of 4 years, GT went from a public listing to a takeover by Newmont in a deal valued at $420 million. That's 40 times the current market value of MTB gold. And then no reason in the world that we can't replicate the success of GT Gold. We're on that path. We're into the third year now of what was a 4-year program for GT Gold. So we're on track, and that's our model.
What's next for MTB shareholders?
Well, the geological team are in the field right now. They've got an XRF device which can give them, approximations of copper grade, on a real-time basis. They've got other equipment up there, such as a shortwave infrared spectroscopy device, which helps alteration mapping. All of this is going to generate news. Look, the objective of the current field program is to fine-tune the drill plan. We started with work that had been done by literally 50 different companies on bits and pieces of what is now the Telegraph project. We've assembled all that information. We've had 2 years in the field to refine it, confirm it, fill in the gaps. And now we're in the final stages of defining the details of a drill plan. That drilling is going to get underway in August. So we've got another 3 weeks or so here where the geologists are going to do some final checks in the field. They're going to determine the locations and the orientations of those drill holes. And then next month, we're going to start drilling. Along the way, we've got results coming on the other projects. We've got one of our joint venture partners has completed a drill program on one of those projects. We'll have results on that soon. And we've got other corporate developments in the works as well. So there's going to be a lot of news flow in the coming weeks. And then that drilling, once it gets underway, could be transformative.
Yeah. If I could ask you to put your old analyst hat on for a moment, what is your take on the current market?
Well, look, it's impossible to sit at any moment in time and look forward with any kind of certainty. But looking back over 40 years in the industry, I've been through a few cycles, ups and downs, terrible markets. At the bottom of the cycle, everybody's going, well, it's over for the mining industry. There's no point. Turn your back on it. And then, look, nobody rings the bell at the bottom of the market, but it always comes back. And right now, the fundamentals for gold and for copper especially are stronger than they've ever been. The majors are clamoring for new discoveries. We're seeing all the copper companies scouring the planet, trying to figure out where they're going to find the next source of supply. Even the gold companies now are getting into the search for copper deposits. So it's going to turn. I don't know if it's going to be next week or the week after, but at some point it will, as it always has, the market will turn. And look, the big fortunes in this industry are made by the people that work with the cycles. They buy low when no one else wants to touch these things. They load up. And then at the top of the market, when most investors are the most enthusiastic buyers, that's when you take your profits. So if you work with the cycles, you've got a chance to make big money in this industry.
But somebody listening in would say, Lawrence, yeah, the markets are low at the moment, but isn't there a danger of them going even lower?
Look, the downside risk from price levels at where they are now, that downside risk is minimal compared to the upside potential. Okay, for a company trading for a nickel or a dime, there might be another penny or two downside risk, but the upside is measured not in percentages, but in multiples. And so, trying to hold on and get another penny or two on a share price from these price levels compared to what you might miss as the market takes off, as it inevitably will. I think the bias is certainly to the upside at this stage in the market.
Any companies that you particularly like?
Well, I could give a few. I'm highly biased, of course, but the company that I'm betting on very heavily in this moment is MTB Metals. It's absolutely the most exciting exploration project that I've ever come across.
Well, Lawrence, it's always good to go and talk to you. You're always full of really good sage advice. We're looking forward to seeing you at Resourcing Tomorrow this November. This interview was brought to you in association with Red Cloud. Red Cloud are one of Minds and Money's key partners. And once again, thanks for your time. That was Lawrence Roulston, the Chief Executive Officer of MTB Metals. Thank you very much, Lawrence.
Thank you, Andrew, and look forward to seeing you in London in November.
Resourcing Tomorrow, accelerating the energy transition. 100 plus countries represented. And together with government representatives, mining and energy professionals, ESG experts, financial and professional services, industry associations, investors, and consultants, Resourcing Tomorrow will address critical mineral supply, the energy transition, environmental resilience, the circular economy, ESG, our future workforce, AI automation and machine learning, digitalization, mineral processing and plant optimization, exploration and development projects. Have your say in the future of our industry. Join us for Resourcing Tomorrow from 28 to 30 November 2023. Register today